This week's rather special edition of my Working with Productivity series, I have Francesca Paschetta. Hello and welcome to a rather rare edition of my Working with Productivity series this year. My name is Carl Pauline and this week I am proud to introduce you to a wonderful person I met through LinkedIn called Francesca Paschetta. Now Francesca has an amazing story to share with you today, and it's a story about going from being stressed out and overwhelmed to the point of where it was affecting her health into a productivity specialist who shares her knowledge with the world through her YouTube channel and through her website. And I will put all the links to these places, her YouTube channel and her website, in the show notes below. And I strongly recommend that you follow Francesca because she talks an amazing story and it's just a wonderful person to introduce you to. And I'm really excited to share Francesca's story with you. So without any further ado, I'm just going to hand you over to Francesca, who's going to tell you her story. And I really, as I say, really appreciate Francesca for doing this video for me. It's because I just find her story incredible and I really want you guys to get a lot of pleasure and inspiration from it. So without any further ado, let me hand you over to Francesca Paschetta.
I have always been naturally pretty organized and self-disciplined. Even as a kid, I was always very structured and very diligent with sticking to my schedule and doing my homework. But to be honest, I wasn't productive. I was very busy, constantly busy all the time, and I was always also very tired to the point of exhaustion. And I was trying to fit absolutely everything and anything into my daily schedule. And this went on for years until one day my health started really deteriorating and I was forced to stop and change things. As a teenager, I used to think that I had to be the best of everything. I wanted to be the best at everything. I wanted the best grades. I was doing ballet and contemporary dance at the time, and I wanted to be the best at that too. It's not easy to say this, but I do feel like I have to share. I feel like many, especially girls, can relate to this feeling like they have to be the best. I was definitely a perfectionist and also a people pleaser. I want to be the one who could do everything, and I didn't want to let anyone down. I wanted to impress people and show them how good I was. I guess this was in order to get validation from other people because I was probably insecure and I was terrified of letting other people down. And I lived this way, incredibly busy, always feeling tired and even exhausted, and also terrified of what people were thinking of me for years. At 19, I moved out from my parents to go study in Switzerland, and the situation went out of control because I didn't have my parents there to remind me that boundaries were important. So the boundaries between my studies and my work and my personal life were completely non-existent. I became even more of a perfectionist and also even more of a people pleaser, and I wanted to impress my new friends. I remember living in this tiny studio and there was so much clutter on my desk because of course I didn't have time to organize my things. I was too busy trying to do everything and fit everything in a single day. And I remember I was studying for exams. I was of course going to class. I was working for a nonprofit. I was also doing internships, looking for other internships, attending job fairs. Of course, I had to make sure that I was attending every single social event with my new friends. I was working out every day, prepping my own meals every day, and so this was exhausting to say the least. This situation that I am describing went on for years, and I got very, very close to burnout many times. But every time I was able to kind of stop and see that I was in a very dangerous area, and I was able to stop for a couple of days, recover a little bit, and then I would just continue doing what I was doing without changing anything. My anxiety got out of control. I started suffering from insomnia and also bad digestion due to anxiety. So I remember I could only eat chicken and rice. This time, I really felt like my body was screaming at me to stop, and so I had no choice but to stop and take my health seriously. However, at the time, I still had my internship going. I still had to study for exams. What happened with insomnia was especially very close to an exam session that was coming up, and so I really had a lot that I needed to get done, and I didn't want to just let everything go, and I still wanted to be sure that I was going to pass my exams and I was doing well for my internship, because that was very important to me. So I started looking for new ways to be productive and to work and to get things done, to study and so on, while also I was recovering from insomnia and anxiety. I really wanted to find a better way to do things. Because I was exhausted and drained and almost burnt out, I couldn't work nearly as much as I used to. So I started literally Googling ways to be productive, a better way. I started watching YouTube videos, reading blog posts, buying and reading books about performance, productivity, and really how the mind works. I started also taking courses and learning a lot about habit creation, changing habits, personal development, mindset work. I was trying and testing all the things that the productivity and performance gurus were recommending. I did a lot of personal development work, and I also did a lot of work to make sure that I could have normal energy levels throughout the day. And of course, I also started experimenting with new ways to organize my tasks and to schedule all my appointments and events on my calendar. I was really learning a lot and trying and experimenting everything. The first thing that literally changed the game for me in terms of productivity, but also my energy and my habits and my mindset, was my morning routine. I never had a morning routine. I used to wake up and go. But as was recommended by the productivity and personal development gurus, I started having a morning routine, and so I started meditation, and it was all completely new to me, but it changed everything. My morning routine, my new morning routine, immediately helped me feel better and work and perform better. I immediately started to see that I was more positive, that I was more grounded. I was focusing on everything that I was doing instead of everything that I was not doing. So I remember I started meditation and journaling, and these are the two habits that I carried with me all throughout the years, and meditation and journaling are still the most important part of my morning routine today. I tested and experimented with a lot of different productivity systems, methods, strategies, planners. It took a lot of small failures, a lot of fear as well, a lot of self-doubt, but then I eventually found what worked best for me. I eventually found my own system and my own productive flow, my own way to be productive and get a lot done without exhausting myself, without exhausting my energy, and feeling well, and also while preserving my personal life and preserving, of course, my health. And honestly, what I call my productive flow is not set in stone. It's not something that I discovered and created for myself and that has never changed. It actually has changed many times, and it's something that I keep adjusting and I keep changing so that it can still work for me no matter what I do, no matter my circumstances. And so here I am today, and I Honestly, thinking back to my almost burnout, I would have never imagined to be a productivity coach and to be helping other people with managing, optimizing their time and energy so that they could really achieve their goals. But this is honestly what I'm passionate about today, and I know what I want. I know what I want to achieve, my goals. I want to have time and financial freedom, and all that I want is really, really important to me, but I don't want it by losing myself in the process. I don't want to get there by ruining my health, my physical and mental health. My experience of almost burnout honestly taught me so much and also offered me like a new perspective on the whole concept of achievement and of hard work. And this experience and also the hard process of digging myself out of my exhaustion and the bad mindset that I was in at the time, this process really made me extremely passionate about also helping other people do the same. And so this is why today I call myself a productivity and time management coach, but I think I do much more than that, because people come to me thinking that they need to focus better and stay focused for longer periods of time, for example, to get more done in less time. But really what they need is they need a better mindset and better work habits so that focus comes as a consequence. And so I really think strategies and systems are amazing. I have my own strategies and systems that I apply for myself. I am really, really passionate about the whole like mindset and energy management and habits thing that goes on behind the scenes of someone who is a very high performer and who is super productive. I have big goals and I know you do too, and the one thing that I want you to know is that you don't have to lose your health and to lose your relationships just for a professional goal, just like you don't have to disregard your career goals, your business goals because you want to have a family. I know it's possible to have it all. I want to have it all, and I think it's possible for everyone. There is always a better way. So I hope that my story, the story of my almost burnout and how I recovered from that and how I got to the point where I am today, really inspired you to take a closer look at what you want, at your energy and your habits, at your mindset and your systems as well, so that you can really make the changes that you need to make. I really want you to know and feel that it's possible to have it all, and you don't have to go through hell like I did. You don't have to go through burnout to achieve whatever you want to achieve. And also remember that being productive doesn't mean being busy all the time. I would say it's the other way around. When you're very, very busy all the time, then it means that you're not really being productive. If you enjoyed this video, I would love if you could leave me a comment below and tell me what resonated most with you about my story. And also feel free to reach out to me on Instagram at Francesca_productivity. I would absolutely love to hear from you.
Thank you very much for watching this video. Now have I got something special to tell you about. The Time and Life Mastery version 3 course has launched. Now this course is transformative. It will transform your life. If you find that your life is drifting from one day to the next and that you feel that you're not actually achieving your goals, then this course is going to show you how to change that. It's going to show you how to identify what is truly important to you. It's going to show you how to find what it is you want out of life, and then show you the steps that you need to take in order to get there. This course is amazing. The feedback I've got from versions 1 and version 2 have just been tremendous. It has helped so many people, and I want this opportunity to tell you that it can do the same for you. I hope you will take a look at the course, have a go, take the course, and start transforming your life today. This course will do that for you. Take a look, get yourself enrolled, and hopefully I'll see you in the course.